Hello, it's funny day to meet you again in this episode. Today we will talk about something so important, which is the Word of God from the Noble Quran, which is the guidance for all humanity and all ages. Today, as you know, we focus on the chapter of the Sun. This chapter is more and more important to make a new version of your life. To understand it is so crucial to shift your mindset toward the meaning of life. The first, God using swearing. He swore by the sun. He says, by the sun and its brightness, and by the moon who follows it, and by the day and night, and by the heavens and the earth. Six elements God swore by in this chapter, and which is the first paragraph. First paragraph has 6 verses. God swore by the elements of the universe in 6 verses. What is the main meaning here in this first paragraph? God in this first paragraph wants to know that is the first argument for human being is the universe creation. And the beginning of creating this universe is for the first goal, which is worshipping God. God swore by the sun for that goal. What is the goal? The goal is worshipping God. Worship is the priority. Then the life. The life is secondary. Why? When there is contradiction between the goal of worshipping and the goal of life, we give priority to the goal of worshipping. Why? Because worshipping God is the basis, is the essentials. We build our life on it. When there is no contradiction between the life and worshipping, then we balance between both together in the same line. God said that this universe is a sign of believing, a sign of worshiping, a sign of thanking God about the services that's presented by this universe. And you have to know that the sun created first is to organize to us the time of prayer. As you know that in Islamic religion there is 5 prayer a day, and the sun organized it, make it to us. This is the first goal of the sun. This is worshiping, to prepare worshiping for human being. And the second goal of it is to serve us as to nurture and to cultivate our needs. But the first goal is created for making to us and shape the time of picture, the time of worshiping. And also the main objective to create the moon is for that reason. The companion of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, asked him about that the moon become smaller and smaller and become bigger. The answer of the Noble Quran is for the first goal, that the moon is for this changing of the moon is for timing to us the time of prayer and pilgrimage. But there is another goal of the moon. Is not only to show us the time of prayer or of fasting or any other thing belong to religion. But the main discourse of the Noble Quran is worshiping. I can here give you some example of smallest thing in this creation of the universe. As the insect of the bee is created, the first goal of it is to live as one nation, and to picturing this to us that attracts us to benefit from this home of the insect of the bee. The insect of the bee lives as one nation, and that attracts us to do so. As it lives as one nation, the consequence of that is it produces honey that's used for healing and nurture us. That reflects us when we live as one nation, as the insect of the bee. The consequence is that we will live in peace and prosperity among all of us. This is the message of the insect of the bee to us. And also you can see many examples that God putting it in this universe to make first to us the first goal, which is worshiping. Then God says that there is an example to in the cattle produce milk. Before producing milk, this cattle is slaving itself to us, and we have to slave ourselves to God. This is so important to know about the universe creation. The universe creation is the first argument on human being. Before God sending prophets and messengers to mankind, the people used to see the universe creation is a guidance, main guidance of believing, worshiping, and doing the righteousness and avoiding mistakes. God also gives us an example of negative example as the spider. The home of spider is not in order, and then they live not as one nation. The consequence is trouble in the home, and that gives us that when we go far away from the guidance of God, then our life become in chaos and corruption, as we see today among all of the nations, and especially my nations Arab world, when they forget the first goal and focus on the second goal, then the life become very difficult. Then this is the first paragraph. And God can, by the universe creation, the first goal, which is essential and completely enough to guide mankind, can God, by it only, to resurrect human being and to make punishment to the people who denied the truth of the universe creation. But God didn't do so because the universe creation is indirect argument on human being. Then let's go to the second paragraph. Second paragraph has 4 verses. I'm talking about another argument, which is the argument of human creation. And as you know, God creates us perfectly, mindfully, physically. We are perfect. We know, God says that we know about this creation, the power to know, we have the power to know the right and to know the wrong way. We know that way is right and what way is not right, because this is the inner power that inside of all of us. By it, we are responsible for our deeds. And God make these argument essential enough to guide mankind. And when there is doubt, by experience we know that way is right and that way is wrong. And we select the best deeds than the worst deed. Then this is the second argument on human being. And God can also, by this second argument, to resurrect human being in the day of resurrection or in this all day life. But God didn't do so about this second argument. Why? Because it is too indirect to us. And then the people in the chain of history disagree about these two arguments, even that this argument is obvious and it is enough for directing people to the right way. But the leaders used these elements to press people to accept the wrong way, and the wrong way become as habits and patterns between the people. And for that reason, for stopping this, God sent direct argument on human being, which is the argument of sending prophets or messengers. Sending prophets is direct argument on human being, and there is no blame on God about the arguments. For that reason, God punished people by these argument, which is the argument of sending messengers. And it is the last paragraph in the chapter of the Psalm. God sent to Thamud people, the prophet or messenger Saleh, to guide them to the right way when they used to be against the right and denied the truth. But the people of Thamud don't accept the right way. And the prophet Saleh presented to them more proof that comes from God, which is the miracles that make more clear about the right way. But the people of Thamud denied the truth, and the consequence of that, God sent down to them punishment and destroyed them entirely. Then we have in this chapter 3 paragraphs. First is the argument of the universe creation, and the second is the argument of human creation. First is universe creation, second is human creation, and the last paragraph is sending messengers, which is the argument which is so and more big to show us the right way, because it is directly to us, and by it God punished people who deny the truth, and those who believe and be patient about the right way, then they will be rewarded with paradise in the day of resurrection. God in these 3 paragraphs focus on the first goal, which is worshiping. Worship God is the thing that should shape your life and shift your mindset toward it. When you shift your mindset and focus on the first goal, the second goal, which is the whole day life, becomes by itself. And God says to us that we have to go slowly on the second goal, but we have to go fast in the first goal. The first goal is the main thing that God creates us for. And when we be patient in it, then the second goal is coming by itself. And God help us to achieve any goal in the second goal, which is the worldly life. Because we are created to worship God. And if there is setbacks or obstacles in the second goal, but the main of us is to keep in right the first goal. When we keep it right, then there's any problem that's facing us in the second goal, God will help us to overcome it quickly. I can give you an example of the contradiction between the first goal and the second goal. For example, you hope to build a home, for example, and you haven't enough money to do it, and you try to go to the bank to make credit by interest. Making credit by interest is not allowed in Islamic religion or any other religion. That is the first goal. When you make this home by this operation, but you give priority to the second goal. Second goal isn't the basis, and you destroy the first goal. And then in this case, you not succeed in life. Even there is appearance of it, because you destroy the first goal, which is the important. The God help you when you make this way is right. And then you have to be patient until God give you another opening to another doors to solve this problem. And that is clear enough that the main focus in this life is the first goal. Second goal is secondary and coming by itself. Be sure about it. Trust on God in this way of the first goal. Worshipping is helping us to improve our soul, our relation with God, which is the Most High, the All Power, the All Giver, the All Wiser, and then we trust in Him and gives priority to the first goal. Don't let that if we don't focus, God don't want us to focus on the first goal, then He doesn't any sense of creation of the Satan. Satan seduces us in this first goal, not in the second goal. When he succeeds to seduce you in the first goal, then the second goal becomes very dangerous to you, and you feel grief, you feel fear, in limitless way. God wants us to live in peace and prosperity, only when we focus in the first goal. Second goal is coming by itself, and we move in it slowly, but first goal we have to move in it fastly. This is the entire meaning of the chapter of the Sun, and it can shape your life. And when you focus that God leave in us these opportunities, which is the universe creation and the human creation as the main argument on us, and also sending prophets, which is the last advice to mankind. It is enough today, and we will meet again in another episode, and God bless all and compassionate you and everyone on earth. Thank you very much for seeing this video.